hey there. As you can see, we have the walls taken care of. So in this episode, we begin to do roof framing. So let's get into it.
The roof of the shed. So the first thing we did is we extracted all the measurements we had from Blender and created a little drawing, and then we took one of these boards and we transferred these ones to the other side, and then we went to the shed, we put it on top, and almost everything matched perfectly, which was pretty amazing. And then we just made the minor adjustments with the board on the shed. And from there, we brought it here, we made the cuts, we went back, we tested, and once we liked it, then we came to the other side with the LVLs. And what we are doing now is we are transferring all the cuts we did, so that's our template. We're transferring them here on the other end as well. And our hope is that we can cut everything at once and it's going to fit on the first try. Fingers crossed. One interesting thing we did is we marked all the layout for the roof framing before we installed the top plate. So here for the roofing, the first thing we did is we have all the layout marked on top of the top plate. We did that before installing it. So now it's pretty simple to align all the LVLs and the 2x that we need to put in there. Now we're starting with the framing from the center out, and that's because we have a skylight. That's that thing you see. Hector would be saying hi from the skylight where he is. So we would have double LVLs going right there. But right now you see that we only have one on each side, and that is because first we need to nail those 2x that come across to one of the LVLs, and then we're going to be installing the other one on the other side. And from there we just keep on going, so you'll see we have that one, and then we're going to have another set of 2 LVLs, and then we continue, and then we're going to have all the other 2x running across.
So we're on our second weekend. We just got here. We got a big windstorm and everything's still looking good, so that's exciting. But before anything else, I want to show you a couple things that are a little more exciting. We have these straps. They are actually, their name is A35. Our structural engineer mentioned that almost everybody installs them incorrectly. To be honest, since I've never done it, I have no idea how they install it. I read the instructions on Simpson, and this is how you install them, and the structural engineer says this is the way you do it too anyway. So the way this works is you bend one of these little tabs once, don't overbend them, and you pretty much end up installing them like this. Follow me. So let's pretend blocking is going to be on the outside. So you install them like this. You nailed to the bottom, you nailed to the side, you nailed onto the post or whatever. Then you place your blocking, and then you nail onto it. So it's like 3-axis nailing, and that's the way it's supposed to be. Now, if you look up there, I actually made a mistake, rookie mistake, of course. I installed them on the wrong side of the shed. They are intended to be on the blocking side of the shed, but the blocking goes to the outside. So those are what they are. They're just gonna remain like that. And the reason I installed them like that is because when I installed the ones on the other side, they were correct, except this wall is a mirror image of the other. So that's one thing I wanted to show you. And then this other one is just a very straightforward H2.5 strap. They pretty much hold to the wall like this, or I don't know. Anyway, they hold to the wall and then they hold to the rafters. And they're H2.5, the H stands for Hurricane Tie, so it's intended to withstand heavy winds. We actually had our first windstorm, so things are looking good. So just wanted to show you these things before we continue installing the roof. It's another beautiful day. We're getting ready to start. We're kind of like rushing to finish before the first snowstorm. But for rushing, I made what I think is going to be a mistake for when we get to sheathing. And the mistake I made is a very rookie mistake. Even for us, we knew all about it. And that's why we're building this shed, because we want to make the mistakes here, learn our lessons here, and not make the mistakes on the main house. So the mistake is, I did not mark my layout when I was putting these rafters, wings, I guess I call them. And now we are going to get a cumulative error due to that mistake. So the blocking that goes for the wing rafters, or whatever their name might be, is perfectly cut to size. The problem is the A35s add a little bit of space, like a 1/4 inch or an 1/8 of an inch, due to the nail head and all that stuff. So then as I put the blocking onto the rafter, I'm adding this 1/4 inch to an 1/8 of an inch per rafter as we move along. So that means we have a cumulative error, and we're probably going to end up losing off layout like an inch or two over there. So we haven't seen the error yet, but as soon as we start putting sheathing, it'll be there for sure. So the lesson is, if you know there's that you should do something, just do it. Just don't rush through it like I was. Maybe I'm just bringing work home, just rushing through things, and this is not the case. This is not what we like to do. So yeah, there it is. We're showing you everything, so we're showing you our lessons.
So we're installing what is going to be the fascia of our shed. And here's a tip we have for you. So to put this in place, we use these blocks, and we just attached a screw in there. And then we put them about every 2 or 3 rafters. We still have one in there as a sample. And this was pretty helpful to keep the rimboard in place. The other tip was these clamps. These were great. So we put them just like this to hold the, for one thing, to hold the rimboard in place, but also to align it at the right height with the rafters. So there are a couple of tips, but the most exciting thing of today is that our shed, that is supposed to be a shop, we are finally using it as a shop for the first time ever. So look at this, isn't this nice? We have our table for our tools, we have enough space for a cutting station, we have a skylight, and we even have some windows in here. So here, ta-da!